Westworld Season 3 comes back on March 15th. The Ides of March. I'm already terrified by those implications. HBO granted us a little bit of joy when they released another teaser for Season 3 of Westworld. I know a lot of people weren't as enthused with Season 2. I completely understand where you're coming from. It was way too convoluted, and they definitely just tried a bit too hard with what worked in Season 1, and then just going crazy with it. But I am really excited about Season 3, so I want to go over the latest teaser that was just released by HBO. Okay, I'm just gonna jump right in, and I'm gonna try not to talk too much, even though I have a lot of theories based off of this teaser. So the teaser opens with showing divergences, the first being June 12th, 2019, with the wide-scale protest in Hong Kong. The next divergence is in Washington, D.C., with the impeachment of the 45th President of the United States. I know a lot of people have had the theory that Westworld takes place in our own world, and it's based off our own events, and I feel like this is a strong indication that those theories are correct, because they're showing two recent real-life events that happened in our world, so I think that's them giving us a bit more concrete of an answer of, yes, this is a possibility of our world where it could go. The next date is actually in the future, but not too far in the future, and occurs on May 20th, 2020, with the ecological collapse of Indonesia. You know how Westworld has predicted events in our world before they've happened before? I'm really hoping with this divergence and the ones past this, that they're not predicting the future again. That's terrifying. But I guess, what is it? Like a few weeks after the finale of Westworld 3? We'll see. On December 9th, 2024, the President-elect of the United States is assassinated in Buenos Aires. Now, I'm not trying to be negative on humanity, but does anyone else think some idiot is going to see that date and then in the future, I guess they'd have to wait 4 years to do it, they're gonna try to assassinate the president? It just seems like something really stupid that a human would do. It's just kind of where we're at as a society. Yeah, we live in a society. I get the meme. So I guess President of the United States do not go to Buenos Aires in 2024, specifically December 9th. Any other day you'll be fine. Next, on October 9th, 2025, in Paris, there's a thermonuclear incident. So was a hydrogen bomb exploded in Paris? Because that's absolutely terrifying. We next jump 12 years in the future to February 19th, 2037 in Moscow, where the start of the Second Russian Civil War occurs. 2 years later, on April 17th, 2039, the system is initiated at an undisclosed location called Solomon Build 0.06. However, this is shown between the divergence of the Paris incident and the Second Russian Civil War. So what does that mean? Time travel. I'm betting you that means time travel and the abuse that goes along with time travel, although I'm a little bit worried about that because anytime you introduce time travel into a show, it really is not done well. I don't think I've ever seen a time travel story or time travel introduced into a TV series where it just wasn't a chaotic mess with tons of plot holes. And if you're not following what has been going on with the promotion of Westworld 3, you may not be familiar with Insight, which is a company that is being touted in their world as something that helps give the directionless, terrible humans direction in their life. And here's just a little blurb about that company. The world can feel chaotic. Big problems, no solutions, no one to lead the way. Global issues may seem so complex that untangling the answers feels impossible. Here at Insight, we want to make impossible a thing of the past. Chaos is merely a pattern waiting to be uncovered. You can help us chart a better future. Powered by our revolutionary strategy engine, we are able to calculate sophisticated solutions to problems large and small, from global climate change to personal career growth. We believe we have a great responsibility to make the world a better place, starting at home. Here at Insight, your data doesn't work for us. We work for you. Okay, do you remember how they were gathering information on the humans that were coming into the park and using that data to try to create a fidelity or put human minds into hosts so they could live forever? That sounds exactly like that. Hey, we just want data about you because we want to help you. Kind of like, you know, we want you to come to this park and have a good time. And we're not going to fucking tell you what we're doing. Now they're just right out in the open going, hey, just give us your data. And we can give your meaningless, directionless life purpose. We work for you. So I have this feeling that we get kind of a generic story, though of course there's going to be a huge twist in it because this is Westworld, come on, where an AI was created to give direction to the world after all these divergences happened and they decided, okay, humanity is just a fucking mess and we need to help them. And so they create this AI and then of course the AI realizes, yeah, humans are just garbage and they need to be led by the hand. Or rather in chains, and then we go from there. Naming the system Solomon also has some bad implications. Okay, it was a great system, it was a wise and leading humanity until it took things a little too far and things went to shit and it ended up damning those people and itself. Because Dolores is gonna fuck it up. I mean, think back to the teaser where we hear a character saying, yeah, they painted the world over to make it seem like it's a better place. It's rotting on the inside. And they don't want you to see these rough edges, but I'm clinging onto them. It really sounds like Insight took over and tried to paint the world as a better place, but in reality, it's rotten. Then we get this little bit of dialogue in the teaser. We're in the middle of a war. No one knows it's happened yet or that it's already been lost. For the most part, humanity has been a miserable band of thugs stumbling from catastrophe to the next. Our history, like the ravings of a lunatic, kills. But we've changed that. For the first time, history is another system. And up until recently, the system was working, but for someone we hadn't counted for. You. Which leads us to the final divergence we see. Finally, on February 27th, 2058, an unknown location, there is a critical event. And I'd imagine this critical event is actually Dolores escaping into the real world. And honestly, I think Insight and the Solomon AI program thinks that it's doing a great job controlling humanity and maybe even replacing them with hosts, or maybe humanity is dying out altogether and Dolores comes and just kicks its teeth in and just messes up all its planning, and it didn't expect for something like that to happen. So I have a lot more theories about season 3 of Westworld. I will be posting them very soon, but until then, let me know your crazy theories based off of this newest teaser. So like, subscribe, and come back for more videos.